when USA decided to bring one of their hundreds of bases to Nigeria. But I thought, well, it should be good, right? It should be good for our country. I mean, we've been fighting terrorism for God knows how long. 10 years? We've not really been entirely successful. Our citizens have been suffering, Nigerians, both Christians and Muslims. In fact, not just Christians and Muslims, Christians, Muslims, and even the traditionalists. The whole Nigerians generally have been suffering. And the government, to some extent, I'll say they tried their best, but they were exhausted. So we thought, are we really a sovereign nation when terrorists can rampage our country without there being any consequences, when they can actually even be on TikTok and make videos trying to even entice, look for ladies online, trying to bargain with people online? You start asking yourself, are we truly a sovereign nation? So when America... Hello, good morning to you all. I don't know what time you'll be seeing this, my video. It could be in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm sure by my dressing, you can judge already that today's discussion is very important. I've always chosen all the time to go casual, but today I decided to come in a very formal attire because the discussion we have today, not more important than the previous ones, of course. Every discussion we always have here, they're all very important. But to this very discussion, I want to attract the attention of Nigerians. It's important. Remember, everything we discuss here, it's about the interest of Nigerians. It's not only about politics. It's not only about the living standard of Nigerians. It's not always about the well-being of Nigerians. It's more about trying to analyze every situation and see in what way can it be useful to Nigerians. What should Nigerians be worried about going forward, or what should they at least look into? Today's discussion, while I try so much not to talk about things that have nothing to do directly with Nigerians, I feel today's discussion is going to be very important to Nigerians to at least think about. Now, the ongoing issue in the Middle East, Iran, United States of America, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the other Gulf states, the other Gulf nations. I'm very sure most of you may probably not know what is happening, but I think a lot of Nigerians already know at least the bombing going on in the region. We're not going to go into details on what exactly is happening, but since this is about linking the whole situation to see in what way it can affect Nigeria, I'm just going to make it very short. As we all know already, for the last few days, the tension has been growing gradually, and finally it began yesterday. All the mobbing started yesterday. And currently, there is a whole chaos in the whole region. Now for us, Nigeria, what do we really have to look into in all this chaos? We need to understand that there is always a common symbol in all this, which is America. Currently, we have the United States of America's base in our country. Initially, of course, I didn't really know how to take this or what to even talk about when USA decided to bring one of their hundreds of bases to Nigeria. I thought, well, it should be good, right? It should be good for our country. I mean, we've been fighting terrorism for God knows how long. 10 years? We've not really been entirely successful. Our citizens have been suffering, Nigerians, both Christians and Muslims. In fact, not just Christians and Muslims, Christians, Muslims, and even the traditionalists. The whole Nigerians generally have been suffering. And the government, to some extent, I would say they tried their best, but they were exhausted. So we thought, are we really a sovereign nation when terrorists can rampage our country without there being any consequences, when they can actually even be on TikTok and make videos trying to even entice, look for ladies online, trying to bargain with people online? You start asking yourself, are we truly a sovereign nation? So when America came into the equation that they wanted to help Nigeria, I was very happy, was elated. Then I sat back to think about it. Why is it that all this while America didn't come into the equation? Why all of a sudden? If you all remember, over the years of trying to fight terrorism, America has actually been one of the countries that delayed this our fight against terrorism, Boko Haram to be precise. It was during the time of Obama's administration when they refused to sell some weaponry to Nigeria because of human rights violation, well, according to the Americans. Irrespective of what you think about that, but there was a time they did prevent us from purchasing some weapons. And the question now would be, why all of a sudden? Why the interest in Nigeria? We will get to that. Now, I was very happy, of course, that having America, the most powerful nation on earth, on your side, fighting terrorism is the best thing that could happen. So I was looking towards we fighting together to defeat the scumbags, the terrorists, rampaging our country and causing instability in our country. But the incident that has developed over the last few days in the Middle East, especially in the Gulf region, has made me to sit back and think again. It's amazing having America as an ally. It's amazing. But it can also be detrimental sometimes, having America as an ally. In what capacity? In what sense? Now, over the years, America has fought so many wars, but America has never been attacked once over the years of fighting wars on their own soil. Think about it. America has fought so many wars over the years, decades, but they've never been attacked on their soil for once. Why is that? That is because they have the policy of always having military bases all over the world. And what it means is, once they're in conflict with any country, the first go-to target will be those military bases in those countries. Now, let's come back to Nigeria again. We have the American military base in Nigeria. Yeah? I said, why now all of a sudden? Remember, the military juntas in Chad, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso. They've always been, this region generally, right? The Sahel region has always been a target for the Americans. They've always had interest there. And having a military regime obviously will not serve their interest, because they know currently Russia and China have a huge interest in this region. So they'll do everything possible to make sure that they win the interest, to make sure that they have monopoly over this region. And what would be the best way, the closest place to have a foothold on, if not Nigeria? So they are currently in Nigeria, planning their own interest. While I do not disagree with that, all I'm saying is we Nigerians, we need to be very careful and look at this and think of what we can gain from this. America is doing everything for their own interest. Of course, any sovereign nation will always look at their interest first before considering the interest of other countries, which I can understand. I'm saying the same. What about we Nigerians? What is our interest in the United States of America being on our soil? Our interest is very clear. We want to defeat all forms of terrorism, banditry, and any form of criminalization within the country that is so difficult, any form of criminality within the country that is so difficult for our government to tackle. We currently have the opportunity to do that. But I think we should do this as quickly as possible to make sure that the fight against the terrorists is ended as quickly as possible, so that the American military can go home to their family and have a nice time with their family, all right, and leave our soil, right? That should be the plan. Because if this is dragged for a very long time, it's going to affect our country in the future, just like everything going on in the Gulf region. Currently, America, the United States of America, is in war with Iran. But guess which countries are being targeted currently by Iran? The Gulf countries, not directly America. Yeah, you can say it's still the American military bases that are being targeted in this region. But it's the citizens of those countries that will feel the burden of this whole attack, this whole war. While the military is prepared to face challenges like this, to face situations like this, that's what the military live for. For them, it's not a problem. Well, what about the citizens of that country? God forbid, should there ever be a time in the future where America will have to face off with the military juntas in the Sahel region, it's not just going to be a fight between America and those countries. It's going to be a fight between America's interests in the Sahel region and that of China's and Russia's interest in the Sahel region. We wouldn't want to be in between those giants when that time comes. So Nigeria, as big as our problems are today, we should not just think about our problems today. We need to think ahead, look forward to what issues we could face in the future if we don't take the right steps today. So I know we, the citizens, we feel currently that what is going on in the Middle East does not affect us. Yeah, probably directly it doesn't really affect us. But there are some lessons we can learn from this as a nation, as a people, to protect our own interests. Our governments, they may have failed in some instances. In some ways, we want them to have at least protect our country. But they can still do it. They can still do better going forward through the policies that they make going forward. It's very, it's going to be suicidal, right, for us to have short-sighted policies where we make policies we believe at the current time is going to be great for our country, but we're not thinking ahead for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, how such policies can affect our country. So, as an average Nigerian, I want you all to sit carefully, analyze the whole situation, and see where we're getting to. And with this information, you have to use it the right way. I'm not going to tell you how to use it, but I'm very sure you know how to use this information I've given you. I'm not going to say much. I just pray for the peace in the world, wherever it is that is going on, everything going on in the Middle East currently. I pray and hope that it all comes to an end very soon, and pray and hope that it will never affect our lovely country. We will stay strong. We will keep fighting to improve as a nation, to develop as a nation, to protect our sovereignty, to protect our people. Until then, stay tuned.